Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Legends, legends, legends. Welcome back, legends, 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 legends. Welcome back, legends. Been a long time coming to you brand new. Better rock the sunglasses cause we shining on through. Anime, yeah, it's amazing. Let me show it to you. About to drop it, this the intro, coming at you, season 2. You can't rock it, you can't stop it, cause we're more than enough. Like Naruto, darkness, hatred, crushing all of that stuff. Time to have some fun, you know we starting these riots with Luffy. Yeah, you know him, he's the king of the pirates. If you catch nothing else, simple lesson is just this. Goku is the answer when they cry out for justice. You can step into a world where adventure never ends. I'm AfroX, your guide, this is Anime Legends. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Anime Legends Season 2, Episode 7. That's right, Episode 7 of Season 2. My name is AfroX. I am the anime guide, and I am here to anime guide you into a live stream all about Fullmetal Alchemist. That's right. That's what we're talking about today, the anime Fullmetal Alchemist. We got Sosapotence 300 in here really quick. Just saying full. Yep. Nice nice comment there. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Fullmetal Alchemist today. Who is it? Let me get into the regular stuff that we do every week just to keep the lights on in here. So just to let everyone know who's watching in the rewind, we do have a Patreon, and you can go check that out at www.patreon.com/AfroX. You'll find a page that says AfroX is making anime content, and indeed I am. You can go there and sign up to donate to the AfroX channel in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. At the $5 a month level, you'll be getting your name shown at the end of every edited video except AMVs. At the $10 a month level, you'll be getting your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video except AMVs. At the $30 a month level, you'll be getting your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video, except AMVs. And you'll also get a link to my secret Discord where you'll be able to chat with me, give me ideas. They will be the first ideas that I go to. And you will also be able to get every video uncensored. And by that, I don't mean we're showing like tits and stuff. What I mean is they are the original vision of the video, and you will be getting those one day early. If you sign up at the $50 a month level, like our wonderful donor, Trixie Anime Heda, you will be getting all of the previous rewards, plus you will be getting a handwritten thank you note from me and an official AfroX t-shirt. Which I will talk about how you could actually buy those in a little bit. If you donate at the $100 a month level, you will get all of the previously mentioned rewards, plus you will get a link to join in on every live stream that I do, and you will be able to, on that live stream, plug your own channel for 5 full minutes. So that is all the tiers, all the rewards, and such. For Patreon. Moving on, we do have merch. You can get the official AfroX t-shirt at www.teespring.com/stores/Afro-X-2. There is a link in every edited video's description. So yes, you will be able to find that. There on the front of the shirt, it has the AfroX logo, and on the back, it has the AfroX slogan, which is, of course, Stay Legendary, the only one in the world currently being owned by my dear father. Moving on to the last but not least, we do have a TikTok. That is AfroX underscore YT. You can find that on the official TikTok website, or more likely on the TikTok app. That's AfroX underscore YT. Come check me out there. I'm doing random weird stuff. Some of it's anime, some of it's not. Just yesterday to celebrate, what was it? National Talk Like a Pirate Day. I did a small clip on there. That was fun. Anyways, yeah, that is all of the it's all the housekeeping, as we like to call it in the business. So moving forward, we are going to start off by checking out the chat. Trick says, yo, right back to you, Tricks. Yo ho ho. Except it's not Pirate Day anymore. Yesterday was. But Halloween's coming soon. So we're going to start off with the regular segment we always start off with, which is what anime / manga have you watched / read this week? What anime / manga have you watched / read this week? Obviously, as you all know, since I did a review of it last Friday, I did read the newest chapter of One Piece chapter 1060. It was absolutely amazing. Oda keeps doing bangers. I think it was BDLA who said that people have started to say there's a difference between Oda when he was writing the story before Onigashima in Wano, and there is a new Oda now who is just laying down fire with his pen on every single chapter, and it's absolutely amazing. So sorry about that. Yes, the new chapter for One Piece, it was amazing. I also watched the newest episode of One Piece, which is One Piece episode 1033. And that was awesome. I love how they are taking the manga and just turning it into animation, and I especially loved how they did the Luffy falling into the sea at the end of it. I was afraid they were going to omit that and take that out, and I was like, no, it's a real important part. Luffy needs to fall into the sea. We need that moment. So I love that they're actually keeping accurate to the manga for Kaido and Luffy's fight, because Kaido and Luffy's fight was long. I believe when Luffy falls into the sea all the way to the end of the fight was probably a good 14 to 20 chapters. So they have a lot of content to work with. I also like that they're accurately breaking up like where stuff happened in the manga and stuff. I loved the animation for them bringing to life Big Mom's Major Laser, although they called it Major Cannon in the anime. But Major Laser was an amazing attack that I absolutely loved. And I loved in the anime how you're watching the anime, and as a manga reader, when Ulti is bragging and like spitting back at Big Mom, like after she hurts Tama, like it's coming. You know that she's gonna get torn apart, and seeing that sequence of the laser going through her and the ear-piercing scream, it was awesome. It was like getting to see Big Mom just do a Kamehameha blast. And I absolutely loved it. So yeah, that well, actually, that's not all. Last night I started watching, it's technically an anime because it's an anime style, but I started watching Netflix's Bee and Puppy Cat, and it's weird. Like, I know weird, I am weird, I love watching weird stuff, but this is like weird that isn't funny. As my great friend and one of our donors on Patreon actually says, uh, Victor Zieglen, he says it's it's not haha funny, or it's not funny haha, it's funny weird. But I mean, I'd just say it's not haha funny, it's haha weird. But anyways, Bee and Puppy Cat, just really, really weird. It's like if you took Steven Universe and Studio Ghibli and put them together with a little bit of the humor of Scissor 7. Like, but yeah, still like season 1 of Steven Universe, Studio Ghibli mashed them together in the middle with the humor of Scissor 7, and then just dialed down and then made the humor awkward. Because there's straight up moments where people aren't reacting correctly. Like, B gets just sucked into another universe after she says she needs a job, and she doesn't react to this. She's just like, okay, I guess this is happening now. And then, like, in the first episode where that baby just straight up turns into a two-mouth monster, she doesn't freak out. She's just like, hey, I guess you're a monster now. Okay. It's literally like watching an anime where the main character is a stoner. Is an absolute where the main it's watching an anime with Steven Universe graphics, little and a little bit of Studio Ghibli animation, and the main character's personality is just straight stoner. Just like, yo, man, what I'm chill, whatever happens, it's just happening. And that's weird to me. Um Trick says Red Guy Chikuda watched Black Clover. Um Actually, one of my good friends named Brandon, he just recently started watching Black Clover 2 after he finished season 5 of My Hero Academia, which, by the way, I'm not sure, but I think season 6 is out now. I don't know if it's out on Hulu, but I mean, it's coming. It definitely said it's coming in fall of this year, but I cannot wait for the new season of My Hero Academia. And see, where I am with One Piece is where the manga readers are with My Hero Academia, because I'm watching the anime and all the manga readers are like, oh, there are big things coming up. And I'm like, don't tell me about them. And then on the other side, me me listening to anime viewers of One Piece be like, oh, I'm so excited, Luffy fighting Kaido, and I'm just like, there's some big things coming up, my dude. But yeah, so that's very cool, Drix. um I don't know how they could make a series big enough for you to report on it every week about fighting janitors, but apparently they can. Dixon, the way you describe that show sounds wacky. Yeah, Bee and Puppy Cat, yeah. Yeah. It's just weird. Um I mean, even the trailer for it, she was just like, I got fired from a job, so I guess I'm supposed to feel like a loser or something. And her personality is just like infinitely stoned. Um, and kind of disconnected from her emotions. Um, anyways, none of that matters right now because we are 15 minutes in, technically 15 and a half minutes, and we need to get to the meat and potatoes of this live stream, which is, of course, Fullmetal Alchemist. All right. Fullmetal Alchemist. Where to begin? Um, Fullmetal Alchemist. It's a Japanese manga series and anime. It was written and illustrated by Hiromu Arakawa. Um, and it was serialized in Square Enix's Shonen Manga Anthology magazine, Monthly Shonen Gangan, between July 2001 and June 2010. That is actually really interesting, considering that most shonen animes that are popular right now, or even classics, are in Shonen Jump, which I believe is owned by Shueisha. Yeah. Um, but Fullmetal Alchemist was serialized in um, Shonen Gangan, and that is the one that is owned by Square Enix, the same company that makes what is it? Final Fantasy. Um, yeah, the Final Fantasy games. Which that would be a really cool thing to see, a crossover between Final Fantasy like 7 with Cloud and like Cloud versus Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. That'd be awesome. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Fullmetal Alchemist is the story of two brothers. That would be. I'm not talking to you, Siri. Sorry about that. Um, so Fullmetal Alchemist is the story of two brothers, and their mother dies, and so they try to use alchemy to bring her back from the dead, and in doing so, it takes the so pretty much I have to preface this all by saying that there's a universal law to alchemy, which is actually in real life, and it says oh my words. Anyways, the law is to obtain something of equal value must be lost. Uh, the law of equivalent exchange. And so pretty much whenever somebody does alchemy, they have to give up something, or use components or materials to fix that which was broken or do anything in alchemy. Um, so oh, sorry, just noticing Trick said, oh, FMA, one of the Crown masterpieces. Absolutely. So anyway, law of equivalent exchange, to obtain something of equal value must be lost. So these two boys try to bring back their mother using alchemy. In exchange, it takes the leg of one of the boys, and it takes the soul of the other brother. This is Edward and Alphonse, which is how I'm going to refer to them from here on out in the description. So Edward loses his leg. Alphonse loses his body. His soul is like taken out. So after this happens, it doesn't work. They don't bring back their mother from the dead. And so, seeing Alphonse be gone, Edward attempts to do a second alchemy spell. And to get his brother's soul back, he puts his brother's soul in a suit of armor that is sitting in the corner of the shed that they're in. And in doing so, loses his arm in exchange. So now Edward has lost his arm and his leg. Alphonse has lost his body. And so now these two are just young boys who have to grow up. And they grow up and begin and learn more about alchemy. And they have a friend whose name is Winry Rockbell, who is a mechanics engineer, and she designs a metal arm and a prosthetic metal leg for Edward Elric. And by the way, I forgot to mention these two boys' last names is Elric. So anyways, they grow up. Ed is probably between 15 and 17 at the beginning of the series, and Alphonse retains or Alphonse's soul technically continues aging, even though it's just in the suit of armor. So, well, yeah, because in the other world where all the materials are kept in alchemy, his body continues to age. So anyways, they grow up, they become what is known as state alchemists, which are pretty much alchemists that work for the government to fight wars and such. And so they become state alchemists, and so they start going off on a quest to find what is called the Philosopher's Stone. And what the Philosopher's Stone is it is a stone that will allow you to do alchemy without without giving up something in return. It pretty much breaks the law of equivalent exchange. And so at this point, they don't even want their mother back. Edward just wants to get his brother's body back, to get Alphonse's body back. So they start off on this journey to find the Philosopher's Stone. They run into a lot of people. There's a priest named Colonello who they think has the stone. And so they have to fight him. This is where it's revealed that Edward has a prosthetic arm, because a lion, of all things, bites it. So, yeah, pretty much they go around to different places trying to find this Philosopher's Stone. Eventually, at one point, they start fighting against what is called the homunculi. And the homunculi, they are the results of any alchemist's failed experiment to try to do human transmutation. Human transmutation is very, very forbidden in the world of alchemists just because it's unethical. And so the homunculi are the results of it. So pretty much when they tried to bring their mom back from the dead, they didn't bring her back from the dead, but they created a homunculi. And this is, I mean, this is pretty much a human that is, or it has a humanoid shape, but it is linked to like the alchemical world or the place between worlds in alchemy. So anyways, they start fighting against the homunculi, and I won't ruin the entire story for you, but pretty much in the end, they get to a point where I think there, and there's very differing ways that this story goes, because in original Fullmetal Alchemist, when they get to the end, I believe Edward tries to use the Philosopher's Stone, and it somehow fails, and he gets teleported to an anime version of our world and meets his father. And this is our world during World War One, and so that story continues in the movie Conqueror of Shambhala. Now, if you are reading the manga or you watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which Brotherhood is the same story, little more detail because it is absolutely strictly based on the manga, then you're going to get the part of the story where I believe the Philosopher's Stone breaks or something like that, or it's a fake. Either way, they don't end up using it, and due to some rageful, vengeful spirit of alchemy, they end up summoning this character named Father, who is the father of all the homunculi, and they have to then go on to defeat him. So yeah, the story gets real confuddled and crazy right there. I'm trying not to spoil as much as I can, but that is pretty much the gist of it. There, two brothers trying to find the Philosopher's Stone, get back the brother's body, and things kind of just go wacky. I will warn you, if you are watching this anime, there is one part that may disgust you. And it involves a young girl and a dog. I won't say much else past that, but I just do want to tell you, if you get to this part and you're absolutely disgusted, don't stop watching, because the story gets better from here. And this is just, it's one gross blotch in an otherwise great story. But yeah. So, just in the comments, if you want to talk about anything about Fullmetal Alchemist, if you want to discuss anything that I didn't touch upon, any of the specifics in the story, do let me know. Trick says, when two versions of an anime exist and it's still good, that is true. Watching others' reaction to the beginning of FMA is a treat. It really is. Just to touch on that a bit more, seeing people's reactions to the beginning of FMA is interesting, because I think but I'm not sure. I think in original Fullmetal Alchemist, they don't show the whole thing of the brothers trying to bring back their mother first. They leave that for a reveal later in the story, and they just start off with the two brothers going after the priest Colonello. In Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, they definitely do show the beginning where they are trying to bring their mother back to life. And excuse me. Due to this, we pretty much get an amalgam of Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood in the live action movie. And I actually forgot to mention this, but there is a Fullmetal Alchemist live movie, and it is on Netflix for anyone to watch, and it's very, very good. I absolutely love it. They're actually coming out with a sequel live action Fullmetal Alchemist, which I think is really cool. But yeah, we get kind of an amalgam story of the first FMA and FMA Brotherhood in it, because it does start out with them trying to bring back their mother, but the ending of the live action movie ends very differently. Because I mean, it just ends with them realizing what is needed to get a Philosopher's Stone, and then just deciding not to do it and to find a different way. But yeah, Trick says needed more greed. Honestly, yeah, greed definitely needed to be in there more. I did. I'm not sure if it was greed or if it was wrath that got repeatedly blown up by Roy Mustang, but that was amazing. And by the way, for anyone watching the rewind, Roy Mustang has probably my favorite superpower in all of anime, which is that he can snap his fingers as a spark, and he has an alchemy symbol on his glove, and it immediately transforms the air around his hand into a flammable oxygen state, and he can create explosions just by snapping his fingers like that, which I think is really, really cool and would be really, really bad in a spoken word jazz underground club. Because of that. Anyways, I think his power is so cool. Wrath being a man who made a tank run away. I actually don't remember that part, but I haven't seen Brotherhood. I've just seen the original Fullmetal Alchemist, but that is really cool. Roy carries hard in that series. He does carry hard, and he shows up really when he absolutely needs to. And but I mean, he did good fighting against Fuhrer King Bradley. That was a tough fight. I gotta say, and I'm sure Trix, you're gonna mention it at some point too, but straight up F in the chat for Maze Hughes, man. Like Maze Hughes was the best character. He was the nicest dude, and he didn't have to die, man. And the way he died was so sad too. Just like looking at a picture of his daughter, and man, I cried so hard. I cried so hard when he died. Oh, oh man, I get teared up even now. But I mean, honestly, if I had to go through my favorite parts of the series, and as you know, I have only seen the original Fullmetal Alchemist, but my favorite parts of the series was probably just probably just the first time seeing Edward do transmutation and fix that clock, and also just getting to see him do all the transmutation on the walls, and getting to see him summon a cannon out of the ground. That was awesome. But yeah, oh, and turning his arm into a blade through transmutation, that was cool. But I mean, of course, like before he became like super gross, I really liked Shao Tucker and how he treated Ed and Al at the beginning. It's really too bad that he became a villain. And like Nina and Alexander, just they were awesome, and they did not deserve what they got. Which was just so sad. Um, Roy Mustang's power, as I said, was really cool. I like the part where he just fries. I think it's like either greed or wrath or something like that. That's actually a big part of one of my music videos, the one for Can You Feel My Heart by Bring the Horizon. But yeah, there's just so much stuff in Fullmetal Alchemist that is good. Pixar saying, "Dude, Hughes was great for a death like that. Got me." Yeah, 100% agree with you on that. I will say that it was in the movie, but it actually isn't in original Fullmetal Alchemist. But in Brotherhood, there's the part where they go to, I think it's like uh, stop number 5 on a train or something like that, where they visit the professor, and then it's the first time that they meet Lust. Um, and so there's that part in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and in the manga, but in Fullmetal Alchemist the original, they don't have that part, and so it's kind of confusing because all of a sudden they just introduce lust and gluttony, and they they have no bearing on anything because I think the scientist is named Marco, and yeah, and like without Marco's death by Lust's hands, there was no context for what kind of character she was, although both Lust and Gluttony did look shady. If I had to pick a favorite homunculi, though, I'd probably say Gluttony. Um, just because I liked how he was the embodiment of being a peon and a like a assistant to Lust, but also being creepy on his own, as his will was just to always consume. Um, and I like how they made the homunculi into the 7 deadly sins. Um, that was pretty cool. Especially Pride. Pride being Fury King Bradley was pretty nice. Uh, but yeah, that moment where, and I'm trying to remember here, where Gluttony, I think Gluttony like straight up just uh, eats a bunch of the state alchemists in that tunnel, and that was after the death of Hughes. But yeah, um, I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist got it, like it stands the test of time. It didn't start out in Shonen Jump. It was made, or it was serialized by a video game company by an at the time not well known manga author, and it went on to get uh it went on to get not one but 2 animes, one in a regular anime form and one in a more manga devoted form, which I think is really cool. So it has a manga, an anime, a manga anime, and then it got 2 movies, Conqueror of Shambhala and The Star of Milos, and then it got not one but now coming 2 live action movies. So that is like 7 different pieces of media that this show got. Hungry Boy was all for lust. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this series is great. I'm pretty sure it's gotten a couple of video game spin-offs too. I will say I'm kind of disappointed that Edward Elric did not get a or did not come in as a playable character in Jump Force, and actually he wasn't even an NPC. They and I think so. The reason that I think they would have put Fullmetal Alchemist in Jump Force, but Jump Force is specifically for Shonen Jump characters, and Fullmetal Alchemist, as I've said before, was not a Shonen Jump anime. It was a Shonen Gangan anime or manga. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Trick says FMA gone through a wild ride in its history. It certainly has. But yeah, so we are at about the 40-minute mark in this live stream. So I want to hear from you. If I could get some ideas for live streams to do in the future, topics that you really would want to hear about on this live stream, and I promise I will do better studying and get more information on it and stuff like that. But yeah, tell me what you would like to see. And I did a rap battle for my edited video today, so let me know what like rap battles you would want to see happen, what characters, and yeah, really excited to hear from you guys. Trix here says, I'm sure you'll enjoy Brotherhood. I'm sure I will too when I eventually watch it. But yeah, as I was saying, Conqueror of Shambhala continues the story after the original Fullmetal Alchemist, and I think Star of Milos is technically after that story. But Conqueror of Shambhala pretty much goes on a tale of Edward having to figure out how to get back from our world without the without the ability to use alchemy, which is really, really interesting. So I'm pretty sure in Conqueror of Shambhala, Alphonse does get his body back. So using the Philosopher's Stone is successful, but Edward gets trapped beyond the door in our into our world, and then meets his father, whose name is Hohenheim. And yeah, some real crazy stuff happens in that. I still need to watch Conqueror of Shambhala, actually. Trick says, what's the deal with web comics? I don't know what's the deal with web comics. What specific web comics are you talking about? Are you talking about like anime you can read online, or are you talking about specifically oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the anime, or you're talking about like the app called Webtoon, and stuff like that. That's very interesting because Webtoon is like brand new mangakas, brand new manga authors that are just coming into the spotlight. They're trying to get their shine, and some of these webtoons are being turned into full-fledged animes. I think the best example of this phenomenon is the God of High School. God of High School was originally a manga on Webtoon, and that got turned into an anime recently. So that was interesting. Trick says the rap battle was good. Thank you, man. What are webcomics anime ones? I will definitely have to look into that and definitely bring that up as a subject for another day. Because I actually want to learn about that too. What web comics are out there. I mean, they're more so much mangas, but I mean, I do talk about like small time mangas on my 1 minute manga section, but like Oyasumi Poon Poon, and 21st Century Boys, and there's it's a hentai, but there is one called Sundome. Actually, that'd be a good topic too. I'd have to make it an 18 plus video, but at some point I should bring up eki and hentai, just because those are very important aspects of anime and manga that I have not gotten to yet, and they do need to be talked about, but they probably need to be talked about on 18 plus videos. But yeah. But yeah, definitely I will look into and do a live stream talking about web comics. That's about the 45-minute mark. I'm gonna end it here. And I just honestly hope that everybody has a great week. And I will talk to you guys later. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Oh, bye-bye.